What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. And for tonight's video, I will be doing my rundown and thoughts on Smackdown for that July 30th, 2021. Now let's get into it. Minneapolis, Minnesota is the home to Smackdown tonight, and the champ is here. Well, John Cena, that is, and he hits the ring, and the crowd is pumped up. Now, Cena talks about that he's not going to change. Will Stone Cold change himself? Would The Rock change himself? Their, their, what you might call it, their catchphrases and the way they are, the way they am. Because Cena's like this. I'm not going to change who I am. And then he says Roman Reigns has to change because everyone gave up on him. He's changed himself every 2 years. And Cena says that he would have embarrassed Reigns at SummerSlam. And Cena ends it by saying, you didn't reject me because of how I look. You're afraid to fight me because how I will make you look. A lot of harsh words. A lot of it may be the truth. And just as you think Cena's done, cue music, right? Baron Corbin comes out in the same shirt, same ketchup stains, and Cena even notices how horrible he looks. At first, he didn't even know who he was. Oh yeah, you're Baron Corbin. I mean, Cena should know because he's the one that caused Corbin his cashing in, right? When you wanted to cash in on what was that on Jinder Mahal, right? But the crowd ain't buying his sob story, and he's even looking for a handout. Doesn't have to be money. How about a part in Suicide Squad? He reminds Corbin that no, Suicide Squad is already done filming, and Corbin then calls Cena a selfish, self-absorbed tightwad, a Hollywood sellout. And well, Cena does help out Corbin. I'll give you a handout in the form of an attitude adjustment, and that's that. Great opening segment by Cena as always, and let's see how that plays out. Maybe a little bit later you might see those two again, but let's move on. Rey Mysterio and Jimmy Uso go one-on-one. Looking for a little retribution is Rey Mysterio because of how Jimmy and Jay have been winning their matches, the last two matches, winning the tag team titles and then beating Jay beating Jimmy. I mean, Jay beating Dominic by using the whole little foot on the back of his partner. Well, before that, we find out that there's going to be a Universal Championship contract signing with Reigns and Finn Balor later on. And in the end, it was an okay match. And we have a roll up by Rey on Jimmy. And an assist by Dominic putting his feet on his dad's back to aid him in getting the pinfall victory. A little payback, winning the match the way they lost it the last 2 weeks. Now, SmackDown Women's Champ is here and in the ring. She's accompanied by some new music. Little tweaked it, little here and a little there. I kind of like it. Sounds okay. It's gonna get some getting used to it, but anything with Bianca is fine with me. But what is next for the EST of WWE as she is in the ring? She has surpassed 100 days as champion, 110 to be exact, and rolling loud and main eventing WrestleMania and being back in front of a live audience. Bianca says that is so great. Her year, even winning the Royal Rumble, has been great so far. And then Carmella comes out. Really? And then Zelina comes out. Really? Again. And she thinks she is more deserving than Mella. And Bianca accepts the challenge, but then she gets proceeded to be beat down by both women. Then the boss, Sasha Banks, is back, makes a return to the ring, the first time we've seen her since WrestleMania, and she takes out the two would-be challengers and gives a huge hug to Bianca. Bianca has a look like, what's going on here, really? And let's see how that plays out as, SmackDown goes on. Now, Reggie's defend his 24/7 title, but against who? Does it matter? Do I care? Well, he has his head in a swivel, he says backstage, and then he makes his entrance and does that awe-inspiring flip in the ring. It's It's not just a usual forward flip. It's not a back flip. It's like a twist and side flip. And it looks pretty damn impressive, because I know I can't do that. I never was able to do that even in my prime. I wasn't able to do anything like that. I did a mean dolphin dive, where you kind of turn around back and then you loll in your stomach. That's about the best I could do. But anyway, the Alpha Academy, their music hits, and well, who's going to challenge Reggie? And he specifically told Kayla and pretty much everybody else, don't call me Reginald, call me Reggie. And I think that's a little bit better. Reggie, it's a little catchy, a little more shortened than Reginald. Well, Otis takes the mic and he hits, and he tells him it's not him, it's him, and points to his partner. But both members of the Academy attack Reggie for the bell. And well, Reggie's an athletic beast. I mean, he put together some great moves. He was doing his typical flip floppy stuff, but he does deliver a mean spin kick, and he was doing some other stuff, which was, pretty good to see. And then he hits that Molly go around. But before he gets the pin, in comes Otis, attacks and draws a DQ. And then we see Reggie back flipping up the ramp, and he's still your 24/7 champion. I'm kind of digging this now. I think that he's bringing a little bit of more entertainment and a little more fun to the title. Instead of still seeing the same idiots come out. Man, why do you do it like this? Where he takes on challengers. And if you're going to bring out some other people, bring out some different people. There's a lot of people warming the bench, if you will, that should come out and be trying to run after Reggie and get the title. You know what I mean? Now, it's announced that Carmella and Zelina will face the team of Belair and Banks in the main event, and that was announced by the officials, Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce. Now, the Universal Championship contract signing. The challenger is Finn Balor, you know that, and of course, the champion Roman Reigns. Reigns says Balor is worthy of a shot at the Tribal Chief. He even restated what Cena said earlier, like that is Balor's less of a challenge, because Reigns didn't accept Cena's challenge, and since he accepted Balor, it's like, oh, well, Balor's a lesser evil in this, right? Now, Roman Reigns says that, yeah, it's all good. He respects him, but he says he's going to smash him at WrestleMania. I mean, at SummerSlam, excuse me. And he's going to send him back to NXT if he signs the contract. Reigns respects him, like I said, but assures the Prince that he will give him a beating at SummerSlam. The champ signs the contract and Finn speaks. Roman thinks highly of himself, and rightly so. But it will be his privilege to return to NXT once again as the Universal Champion. But before he signs it, Corbin attacks, and he takes Finn out, and he goes to sign it, but Cena disposes of him and has the contract in his hands. And then he signs it. What a swerve, right? And then you look at Reigns' face as Cena leaves. It's like oh my God, he got me. You know what I mean? And then later on, it's announced that Balor will face Corbin one-on-one next week. Heyman, backstage, disputes the validity of the contract, but the WWE officials, Deville and Pearce, say emphatically that the contract is binding and official. Yeah. Finn's name's on it, but we saw Cena right over it, and he signed it. That's binding. That's official. And there's nothing that he can do but face the music and tell his tribal chief that you gotta face Cena. 6-man tag team match. King, Nakamura, Cesaro, and Mr. Money in the Bank Big E take on Apollo Crews and Rude and Ziggler. And after a number of getting in their moves, getting their stuff in, everything like that, fun stuff, whatever, however you want to call it, Nakamura connects with a Kinshasa and pins the IC champ Apollo Crews. And does this grant him a title shot? I think so. I think that Nakamura gestured. He said like this, and he's like this. Come on, So I think Nakamura needs to be King Nakamura, the IC champion, the King, say Intercontinental Champion King, or Intercontinental King Champion, however you want to call it. But I definitely want to see him win the title. I think Apollo Crews has had a admirable run. I think it's time for someone else to get the title now. Now, give him what he wants, says Edge, and the WWE Universe in attendance give him the loudest pop you will ever hear. And it's awesome to see that. But back from the break, and Rollins is in the ring, I'm thinking, is this like a a callback to maybe last week when he was in the ring, but no, Edge was attacked from behind, and Rollins ended up finishing the job with a hammer to the skull of the rated R superstar, and he had to be escorted out. And he says in the ring, Rollins says that all Edge has done is take and take, and Rollins is sick of it. He shows the footage, and it kind of shows that Edge was chosen over Seth, and even Pierce said that it's because he's Edge. I'm like, because he's Edge? No. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, he's been annoying me a lot, but he's got a point. He's got a point to complain. And Rollins, you think he's proud. Damn right he's proud. He's proud of all he's done, and the crowd even chanting Becky in the back as he's saying all the stuff that he's saying. I'm proud they did this. I don't have no shame over it. And they're just chanting his wife's name, the mother of his child, Becky, over and over again. Well, I don't know. Did they get married? I know they're engaged. I don't know. I don't know if they got married yet, but they're chanting his his better half, his lady's name. I mean, I don't know. And then Rollins ends it by saying that if he can't be the champ, then Edge can't either. Seen that before, and it's very effective here how he did it. Now, let's go to the main event, and that is the EST and the Boss taking on Mela and Vega. Rhymes, huh? And man, the charisma and energy from Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair is off the charts. Together, they are energy. They are just amazing. It's the crowd is just loving it. They're eating it up. And we even see one point where Bianca press slams her partner, press slams the Boss outside of the ring, and then she throws the Boss onto Mela and Vega, taking them out. We see the three amigos, and a frog splash by the Boss nearly gets the pin, but Mela super kicks any hope of that, any hopes of the Boss getting that victory. And it's only a matter of time, and Sasha makes Mela tap out to the bank statement. It was great seeing that move again, and she still knows how to apply that move. And they're in the ring, and they're all just happy. Sasha and Bianca. They're living it up. They're, hyping the crowd. They're dancing. And, well, that unity was short-lived. And are we surprised? No. Why? Because Bianca Belair is the victim of a backstabber. Appropriate. And then, it's like, is Bianca going to be all friendly with Belair and mean it? You honestly didn't see through that? Someone who has been watching wrestling as long as I have, and I'm sure all the other ones who have watched wrestling saw that coming. It was still great. It was still a great payoff, But y'all know she wants her title back. And man, the Boss ain't having all that, let's be party, let's be together, let's hype the crowd and all that stuff. She ends up tearing into Belair. She connects and locks in the bank statement, and she has that bank statement on quite a long time. And the last thing you hear her say, and I'm sure it's going to be ringing in Bianca's ears when she goes to bed at night, is that Sasha saying, "I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Remember that." So it's on. It's definitely, it's going to be official, and this is going to be at SummerSlam. I don't know if they're going to have a contract signing or not. We're getting close to what's a couple 3 weeks now, something like that. But let's see what happens next week and see how it unfolds. It was coming. It was coming, and we knew that it was going to happen. People were probably asking, where is Sasha? When is she going to try to get a rematch? And here she is. Did she have to do it this way? Well, that's the Boss's MO. The last number of months that she's been the heel. She's been doing things this way. Why wouldn't she do that? I mean, she kind of was right a little bit when it was Bianca and her at the WrestleMania, but Sasha's been kind of up and down with her personality, the way she's been acting as a heel or a baby face, But majority of the time, that from 2020 up until WrestleMania, she was like a heel, pretty much heelish a little bit. Yeah, she her and Bailey went at it, and she was the babyface then. But like I said, it's kind of up and down, up and down. You know what I mean? So I think that it's great that he's the heel here because Bianca needs to be the babyface, even though it's not her chasing after the champion, but she'll be definitely chasing after Sasha once she gets her hands on her. Remember what she did to her when she had her press slammed up and she threw her onto their opponents? Well, I hope Sasha realizes that that might be her in the future, maybe at SummerSlam, but it's not going to be because they're doing a damn tag team move. It's because she's going to be throwing, what do you call it? She might be throwing Sasha out of the ring or maybe over the barricade or like that. So she's going to have that to take. She's going to have to face that. She's going to have to own up to what she did, and let's see what happens next week and if they're going to give Bianca some time to address it, or they're going to probably definitely have Sasha talk about why she did it. Well, we all know why. She wants the championship. She even when she delivered the backstabber, she still had the hand. She had the belt in her hands. That right there says it. I want the belt. So her coming back being all nice and that, it looked odd. It looked off. I'm like going, no, it looks great that they have that energy and all that, but there's gonna be something coming, and something came, and something now is happening, and you know we're gonna have them most likely, Bianca and Belair and Banks too at SummerSlam, the second biggest pay per view of the year for WWE. Why not have it at that event, right? They main evented WrestleMania. That was amazing. This match will definitely be amazing, and yeah, we'll see where they are at the card. I mean, if they were to put them in the main event, I wouldn't be complaining. But there's a lot of hype going behind Cena and Roman Reigns, so maybe they're going to be the main event. We'll see. But I enjoyed Summer. I enjoyed SummerSlam. It's all S's. That's why, folks. X. But I enjoyed Smackdown, and everything that was presented was enjoyable. I really, really did enjoy it. I think they're moving stuff along. They're moving it along, and they're really, really, going down that road smooth. They're going right towards SummerSlam. And I think that the stuff that we already know is going to be at SummerSlam, and then some of the things we might think will happen, it's going to make the card very, very enjoyable. So we'll see what happens as as we're heading towards SummerSlam. But anyway, that's my video, and for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.